What's up, Internet? We are here with page 7 of the CoolBoy 401 Real Game. Okay, well actually we're on page 1, but we're starting with page 7 today. With Friday the 13th. Oh god. Why does it have to always be the bad things? This is of course a game produced by LJN, which is terrifying. Because they always picked a lot of crap to produce. But, I've not played a lot of this game. You gotta wander around and figure out where you have to go on this map. And we're on this little roundabout path. We have to get to that Blinky house, I think. And if we don't get there in time, Jason kills one of the kids, I think, maybe. I don't know. I've actually never seen Friday the 13th. But, hopefully we can get there. I've actually never played this game. I know it's quite infamous, though. And I can tell you it's not exactly playing all that well. The platforming isn't too bad, though. Oh god, I'm in a cave that goes nowhere! Oh, this is truly not a good day for whatever child is gonna get offed by the machete killer. Actually, I think I've only ever seen one of the Friday the 13th movies too, the one where they were in space and it was terrible, but there was a lot of dumb camp to it. So I'm not even really familiar with the source material. Also, where the hell am I? Aww. Okay, well, a child is now dead. I guess. Also, we're just looping. Okay, so we got out. Now, I think we have to go right. No, left. I know this map screen is sort of infamous for swapping your directions on you. And we could enter that cabin, but there's no reason to. Oh god! Go away! Oh, I died in midair but could still jump for reasons. Get a weapon that's more effective than rocks, you dumb girl. Also, it seems to start you out in completely random places. And is this like a shortcut, or is it like the cave where it just makes you wander around in a circle and accomplish literally nothing? I gotta say, this game is not that good. Although I will admit, the jumping physics and the actual, like, combat isn't horrible. It's just a Okay, so I somehow exited the way I came. Somehow. That's awesome. So navigation in this game is completely balls, but, you know, the actual, like, platforming and combat isn't horrible. Okay, so where do we have to go? Oh good, that shitty little, cul-de-sac I was stuck in earlier. Okay, so let's hopefully go rescue some children, maybe. Okay, so we gotta go up there. And that should be this way, which would be this cabin. Okay. Yep. You're welcome. And I think we rescued them, so we're good now. I think. Oh god, navigation in this game is just terrible. Oh, no, still gotta go here. Let's see. Take, change. Oh god! Alright, we win for now. Which is about as much as I want to win at this game. Next. Okay, next we have 634 Ken. Okay, this is Musashi no Boken. And the music is really messed up because that's what the Retron 3 does. So my apologies, but This is an awkward game because it's kind of an awkward platformer up until the point where you get to the end, and then it becomes a really awkward fighting game. And, like, it looks like I'm just collecting random stuff, but that random stuff ends up equating to, your special attacks in the fighting game segment, which is terrible. Terrible is a good, suitable word for it. There's also a bunch of hidden, like, warps in this game and stuff, which you'd think would be good, but because you're not collecting stuff to actually, like, build up your fighting game prowess, it's bad. So this game is, in general, not very good. Also, if you lose the dog, you have to, start the whole thing over again. So basically, you have to try not to get murdered, collect all the things, and all while collecting enough stuff to win at the fighting game that you haven't really been prepped on how to actually actively play, just in hopes so that you don't lose horribly. Oh, and fun fact, should you manage to succeed at that, you have to do it again, except everything's all sepia, which makes it even harder to pay attention to because it's even more boring. Oh god. Let's make a jump that is literally the height of your jump. That's how to program a game well. Oh god. Just try again there, Musashi. I think this was based off a manga, but I'm not super familiar. I know the works of the actual Musashi, for what that's worth. I studied his fighting style. Quite a fascinating fighting style, for what it's worth. Plus, there was a bunch of really good movies, like the legendary Samurai Trilogy starring Toshiro Mifune, which you absolutely should watch if you like samurai flicks, because it's amazing. But, this game is not the best thing to have Musashi's name on it. If you want a good thing with Musashi's name on it, go play, Brave Fencer Musashi on the PS1. That game is awesome. Although the sequel to that's not as good. I'm going down here. It's safer. And there's not really much of an actual prize up there. I will defeat you, you silly dog. I hope. I do appreciate that you can hold up and change your stance, which can allow you to, like, block high oncoming things. That's kind of neat. But, oh god. I don't know what I just grabbed. Maybe it was a sharpening stone. Game over. That's okay. So, next we have Boot Cat, which, if I want to say it's a Puss in Boots game based off a short-lived manga as well. Ooh, that is some stiff jumping, like, ugh, that's not good. And I gotta admit, that ground is, like, migraine-inducing. Too much, like, dithering or something on it. Oh god, I'm moving faster now. Okay, I've said this about a few games. It's really hard to describe, but if I can get to a point where I'm just... Oh, okay, I almost fell in there, but I can jump on these, because conveyance is a hard thing to do. Okay, so we got a flat piece of ground. And I'm just moving. Doesn't it look like he's completely in place, but the world's just sort of rotating around him like he's on a giant treadmill? I've seen that in a few games, and I really find that distracting. It's such a dumb little thing. But, like, I don't even know how to better describe it, but it is just... When you see it, it gets really awkward. But we're also on a time limit that I just noticed, so, uh-oh. I played a few games that had weird, awkward time limits that worked sort of in reverse, where you didn't think you were on a time limit, but you really were. Like, what was that one game? Kid Cool? Based off, the kid from Japan who had his own, variety show back in the day, Kid Kakefu. Oh, that game was rough. And that game later became a second game called Psycho Fox on the Master System, and in turn would become the thing that we know as Decap Attack on the Mega Drive. Or if you had the Japanese version, I want to say that game was called Turbo Turbine Adventure, which was a way cooler game. Like, seriously, Go look at the Japanese version of Decap Attack and then the English version. Japanese version is way cooler. It's like bright and colorful. And that's genuinely what I don't like about Decap Attack. It's just dark, and I guess it's trying to be sort of horror-themed, but it just comes across as, I don't know, bland-looking to me? I don't know. Still a way better game than this, even though I really don't care much for that game. This game's just sort of here. But that said, I mean, it's better than the game not being here, I guess. Invulnerability, I think, maybe. Okay, so we got past the part where we got stuck. Oh, no, wait, that's here. Crap. And those fish just murder you instantly. What is up with that? Okay, let's try again. Pero times 2, let's go. Do. A checkpoint would be nice. Or maybe some variance in the background. Or like a foreground that doesn't give me a headache, because god damn, that dirt is just headache inducing to look at. Oh, jump. I don't know if that water will kill me. I really don't want to test that theory though. And also maybe more than 2 enemy types. That would be good too. Again, not necessary, but would be good. Okay, so that thing was just points this time. So I guess the power-ups are randomized? Or maybe... oh no, I think this is the invulnerability one. Yep, there we go. Okay. I gotta say, I am not feeling this game. Like, I think that mystery quest game from last episode was probably more interesting to me. Oh god. Go away, fish. What? What does this do? Why is everything inverted? Was that God mode? Oh, there's so many questions this game raises, and it's not going to answer any of them. Whoa. Okay. I think if you kill the fish, it gives you a little bit more time before another one spawns. But that one spawned almost on top of me, which was excellent programming. But the enemies seem to be basically... what? Okay, game. Okay. That was certainly a thing, and we're starting back at the beginning. Yeah, I think not. Next we have Hello Kitty, which is one of the many Sanrio themed Famicom games. Oh, this is, I know this game. This is Hello Kitty's Flower Shop. This is a cool game. I actually, just watched a, tournament where people played this game without knowing what it was. And it's actually a pretty interesting game. It's not the best Hello Kitty game on the Famicom, but, basically, you run around, and those beach balls are the most deadly thing ever. But, press down on the control stick to water plants. Hammer to knock things out temporarily. And run away from those horrible, horrible things. Invulnerability, yeah! Beach ball is dead! Hooray! Okay, we're good now. So now we just have to water all the things, because that's how this game works. Basically, every stage is just watering all the plants. Although there's some really awkward design in it. Like, it doesn't look too bad right now. In fact, it looks almost sort of, in an abstract way, kind of like Bubble Bobble a little bit, and that's fine. But later on, this game basically takes away all the platforms and just gives you little tiny moving platforms you have to jump between. And that's not great. But this is easily one of the better. Oh god, it begins. Also, these things seem to take random amounts. If I recall, yeah, you can hammer your platform to change direction. I remember this. Thank you, Mystery Tournament Speedruns, for teaching me Hello Kitty strats. Bop. Oh yeah, and there are bats, which are like the second worst thing because they are just obnoxious. Bop. Whoa! Also, she has a horrible flooding issue. And her jumping arc is a little awkward to get a handle on. Oh, I can just jump. That's kind of nice. Oh, let's back it up a little. But it's a game where you smack things with a hammer and water them with a watering can. I can get behind this. I've always liked gardening. Okay, you should fall. I'm all for not being cruel to bats. I like bats, but you should not be able to just, you know, hang in the air like that. I'm gonna back off on that snail so he doesn't wake up inside me. Bop. But it's a very simple game. It's not the most well designed or anything, but there's nothing inherently wrong with the game itself. Uh-oh. Okay, now I just gotta avoid that bat, which scares me, even though it's following a very basic pattern. I'm just waiting for it to do something different and murder me instantly. And somehow getting all the plants scares off all the animals. Hooray! Oh god. Yeah. I think I've discovered Hello Kitty's flooding problem. She's just using too much water from her endless rain bucket of watering can-ness. Okay. Yeah, this is where this game basically, this ends up being what this game is in its entirety. Oh, yeah. Game over. Sorry, Kitty. Not your best game, but one of the better Famicom installments. I'll give it credit. And finally we have Solomon's Key, which I believe is actually Solomon's Key, although it's the Japanese version. I'm not super familiar with Solomon's Key, but I want to say it was either the prequel or the sequel to a game called Fire and Ice, which was kind of conceptually similar. There we go. Boom. Leave. Alrighty. Okay, room 2. Let's go. It's kind of weird that they then spawn everything in after, like, initially showing it to you. Okay. Okay, that's less than ideal. Okay, so... Well, that's no good. Can't go up that way. Up. Alright, I think I'm safe as it stands. That'll open that door. And that's the bell. And that kills them all, which gives me big points and prizes! Hooray! I gotta say, I've never actually played this game, but I'm kind of digging it. I mean, I'm not the biggest puzzle game guy. I'm terrible at puzzle games, but... Whoa. Interesting. Okay. So, let's cheat just for a second, thus defeating the purpose of appearing without actually seeing any of the room, and just take a look at this. So that skull right there in that room we're trapped in will spawn enemies, if it's anything like the last one. And that face coming out of the wall seems to want to throw fire at us. Will that destroy that? Yes, it will. Okay. Good to know. Gonna just block that off. Whoa! Okay. I don't know what that is. That ghost just seems to be flying that basic pattern, so that's easy enough to get around. Just gonna duck and grab that key. Okay. Okay. Now that little spark guy can't come and get us. Now what's the deal with the guy trying to punch things? Oh god. Okay, he can break things. What do I do with him? I have an idea. Whoops! Okay, that was close. Ha! That got the heart pumping. Oh god. Alrighty, that's not too bad. Got plenty of time. Just... Whoops, that's not what I want. That's what I want! No! Oh. I do enjoy the mix between magic, the mix of puzzles and action. That's kind of a nice touch. Again, not something I'm particularly good with, but it requires equal parts knowledge of what you're supposed to do. Okay, I will take that as a victory. Whoop. No! Did not get out of the way. Time. Still, not too bad. Not too bad. And that has been the past 5 games, number 71 through 75. Let's just go over them. Friday the 13th is Balls. 634 Ken, which is Musashi no Boken. That game is not great. Boot Cat is awful. Hello Kitty, not the most well-made game ever, but relatively fun. I'll give it credit. And Solomon's Key was actually really, really good. That said, does it balance out the 3 terrible games? Well, honestly, the only really terrible game here was probably Boot Camp. Friday the 13th I didn't like, and it's not a good game by any means or measure, but at least it was functional to a certain degree, and Musashi no Boken's just kind of bad. It's not horrible or anything. So, you know, 2 lackluster games, 1 terrible game, but 2 really good games. I think that's a decent poll. So, you know what? Solomon's Key, Hello Kitty, you get a thumbs up. Anyway, join me next week while we take a look at Flip Pull. And until then, peace out, Internet.